Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, the best place to be wherever you are on your wealth journey right now. Today I want to talk about the Freedom Mastery Law of Attraction Planner for 2022. But first of all, I'd like to say thank you so much guys for bearing with me over the last year or so. I've had the last 9 months off my YouTube channel to focus on having my little girl, and she was born in May and she's fantastic and I'm really enjoying being a mum. So thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to the channel and who has supported the channel even though I haven't been making videos recently. And one of my goals for 2022 is to get the channel back on track and start making videos for you all again. And I thought what better way to start the new year than to do a new video about the new planner that's just come out. So if you remember, I last did a video about this planner back in 2020 in December, which seems like an awfully long time ago now because quite a lot has happened since then. But this was the planner I bought, if you remember, and I haven't got the same one this year. I've gone for a blue one this year. So I wanted to sort of compare and contrast the differences and see whether anything's changed and just run you through exactly what's happening in the planner this year. First of all though, I'd like to talk about how my goals went for last year because lots of you have been asking me about it, and I know that lots of you were following my vision board video, which is just up here, and I know that lots of you made a vision board, and I certainly did last year, and lots of you have been asking me how it went. So if I show you my vision board here, so I didn't have a vast amount of goals last year because I was obviously pregnant, and that was one of my big things that was happening last year. But I did set myself a number of goals, number one of which was to get 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And you can see here I've created this little picture and it says 1,000 subscribers 28th of April 2021, and that was just a mock-up that I did because the idea around a vision board is that you want to create a picture of what you want to achieve. You want a picture of your goal in here. So my picture of my goal was this, 1,000 subscribers by the 28th of April, and if I show you my real one, this was my real TubeBuddy certificate and it was 1,000 subscribers by March the 6th. Last year. So I smashed my goal in that respect last year. Really happy with that one. I also wanted to monetize my channel, which meant that getting 1,000 subscribers plus 4,000 watch hours. And again, it took a little bit longer. My goal was again the 28th of April, which was 1 year since I'd started the channel. And I managed to get my 4,000 subscribers on the 12th of April. So a good 2 weeks before my target date. So really happy with that as well. What else have I got on my vision board? Well, I've got helping at church. Now I did loads at church last year. I did a Lent course. I led a Christians Against Poverty training course as well for everybody. I kept singing in the choir as much as I could, despite obviously being pregnant and having my baby. Books, I read a lot of books last year. I feel like I've gotten a degree in how to give birth to a child and look after it when it's born. I've read so many books about child rearing, it's just unbelievable. So probably not the books I had in mind when I set my goal last year, but I certainly have read an awful lot of books over the last 12 months. Birthday cards, I have been sending a lot more birthday cards, and actually since Ruth was born we have been taking pictures of her. Somebody gave me some birthday bunting, so I put the birthday bunting all around her and send everybody these happy birthday bunting cards, which is really nice, and little text messages and things as well. I've been trying to keep healthy as much as I can. I've been going on lots of walks with my family and the dog and Ruth now as well, so really nice, trying to eat healthily. Obviously I've had my baby, my stalk here with my little baby picture. And then I've got all my property ones here. Now it's interesting because at the start of last year I thought to myself, maybe I'll be in a position at the end of the year to be able to buy more property or add to my portfolio or something. But actually halfway through the year I had a bit of an epiphany and I thought to myself, well hold on a second, if I'm making all these YouTube videos and you guys are asking some awesome questions in the comments underneath, so don't be afraid to ask me anything because I'll happily come back to you and talk to you about it. You guys are asking me so many questions, I thought, do you know what I really want to do is I really want to go back to mortgage advice because that's where my heart is, that's where my soul is. I love talking about property, I love talking about finance. So I decided in the middle of last year, having had a baby, to go back to mortgage advice, which is exactly what I've done. So I've now set up a new business around mortgage advice and protection advice as well. So I look forward to talking to you a lot more about that in upcoming videos as well. So the hand holding the house here, I originally meant this to mean adding to my property portfolio, but actually I've ended up becoming a mortgage advisor. So that's kind of a different take on that particular picture. So it's interesting. When you do your goal map, your vision board, you need to be as specific as you possibly can. So otherwise, all sorts of weird and wonderful things will happen and you don't even know what it's going to be until after the fact. And it's always really good to reflect on all of this at the end of the year. So that was last year. Let's talk about this year then, and let's get into our Law of Attraction planner for 2022. Now, I've got the blue version here. It's slightly different because last year I went for this lovely vanilla and rose gold astro one with the, I don't know if you can see that there, if I kind of shine it around in the light. It's got the horoscope on it, so if I shine it, hopefully you can just about see that. But this year's one, I decided to go for a more plain one. This is called metallic blue, so I've got that one. And I just wanted to compare and contrast it with last year's. Now, one thing I will say that I noticed as soon as I got this one was that it doesn't come with a dust cover. So last year's one came in a cardboard sleeve, if you like, whereas this one hasn't come like that. It's just come as is with this little white band around it. But the other thing that I do notice just by picking it up is that last year's planner, the Astro one, it had quite a soft cover. I can bend that quite easily, whereas my blue planner this year, this is a very hard and sturdy cover. I can't bend that anywhere near as easily as my old one. So I actually really like that. I think it's good. It's a very sturdy planner and it's lovely and tactile again, just like last year's one. And we've got Law of Attraction Planner 2022 in lovely silver on the front here, and I've got silver spine pages as well. So that's really nice. The other thing about the outside of this is that our pen holder has moved. So on the previous year's one, the pen holder was this little flap at the side here, which kind of sticks out, kind of looks a bit weird. And this year's one, it's nicely on the spine just here. So you can slot a pen in just there and it just holds it really nicely out of the way. So you can choose whether to have one or not. Obviously, if you don't have a pen in this one, or even if you do, it kind of flaps about a bit. So nice and tidy, this, I like it. So let's open up and have a look then. So on our first pages, we've got our little sticker collection straight away, our thank you notices and our stickers. Now, I love the stickers in here. They're always absolutely brilliant. So we've got lots of different lists and headings. We've got some calendar stickers. We've got some picture labels here as well, so we can label up anything that we're doing in our planner. Some really nice stickers. I love these. They're brilliant. Then we've got a sheet of positive sayings as well. So these are all the same stickers as last year, but in addition to that, we also have this absolutely fabulous little set of positive affirmation stickers. And I absolutely love these. They're things like, I give myself permission to be prosperous. I manifest everything I desire. I am a money magnet. I always attract abundance and prosperity easily and effortlessly into my reality. Really lovely stickers, these, and I think that if you read all of these every day, there's absolutely no way that you could be sad about anything, really. They're just really positive phrases, and I just think that's absolutely fabulous. So use those, stick them all over everything. I think they're fabulous. Right, now, as you know, what I like to do with my stickers and bits is immediately take those, go to the back of the planner. In the back of the planner, we've got a lovely pocket just inside the back cover. It's got our Law of Attraction secrets, 8 proven steps to manifesting your dream life. So we've got that in there again. So have a read of that because it does tell you exactly how to use this planner. And then I normally put all my stickers in the back with that little leaflet there. So they are all kept safe. Going back to the front of the planner, we've got our Saying by Gandhi again. Now, if I just compare this with last year's, I think it's probably to do with the style of the planner. Because if we just look at the covers for a moment, last year's was quite girly swirly, and obviously this year's is quite plain. And inside, the writing inside is quite girly swirly in last year's. This year's writing is a lot more blocky, but I think that's to do with the style of the planner. So I'd be interested if any of you've got either of these, drop me a note in the comments just to tell me whether or not it's the style of the planner. I'm pretty sure it is. So it's just slightly different, but otherwise all the information is exactly the same. So if we go to our first page, we've got our life statement here. How I would love my life to be, my vision statement, how I want to contribute to this world, and this planner belongs to. So pop all your details on there. Over the page, we've got our planner index. Now, this is useful. So just for example, if you put a mind map on page 56 and you're not quite sure where it is and you're constantly flicking through, just write in the planner index where you've written that mind map, just in case you need to find it again. It's an incredibly useful tool. Next page, we've got our Law of Attraction roadmap, so about finding our life purpose and how we're actually going to get where we want to get to this year. And this is where we really want to start thinking about getting ourselves into a positive frame of mind for the year. So if we turn the page, we've got some empowering questions here, and I absolutely love these. You want to be looking at these every day, these questions, because they will really help you to think, to focus more clearly, and to stay positive. So we've got lots of questions to empower our day, and we've also got evening power questions as well. So at the end of the day, when you've finished everything, have a read of these questions and just have a reflection on how your day went. Then if we open this page up, we have a whole sort of double spread really about our emotional vibration. So how are we actually feeling in the moment? So if you're feeling angry, for example, you would go down here to where it says angry, the orange section, and you've got some positive affirmations to tell yourself when you're angry. And then if you go across to this next page, you've got some action steps to make you feel better if you are angry. So things that you can actually do to hopefully dispel some of that anger. And it's the same with all these emotions. So you've got bliss, enthusiasm, hopeful, frustrated, blame, angry, and depressed. So really, really good things here. And then you've also got some self-care bits and pieces that you can do for all energy levels. So no matter what you're feeling on any particular day, just pick a few of these and have a go, and they will make you feel better and feel a lot more positive about yourself and your day. Then over the page, we have our awareness and self-discovery page. So you've got some important life questions that you want to ask yourself that you can fill in here. And these 11 questions will hopefully help you to define and craft your mission and vision statements, which are on here as well. So you are encouraged to write those down. Then on the next page we have our goal setting. So we're looking at 50 goals that we want to achieve over the next 50 years. So they could be short-term goals, long-term goals, whatever your goals are, just write them all down on here. Doesn't really matter what order they're in, just chuck them down, and always remember that no goal should be too big or too small. Just write it down anyway, okay? So pop all your goals on. Then you can also create a mind map for your goal and work out which area of your life each one of those sits in. So that page is there as well on page 15. And if we turn the page, we've got our most important goals. So what are the top goals that we want to achieve? What are we going to reward ourselves with if we actually achieve those goals? Because it is always good to acknowledge the fact that you've achieved your goal and to give yourself a pat on the back, basically. And obviously the goal itself feels amazing, but you also want to give yourself a bit of a reward, just to say, yep, I've acknowledged the fact that I've done this and I feel really good about it and I deserve this thing, whatever it might be, your reward. There's also a section at the bottom here about blocks and distractions. So things about what you are fearful about, what your distractions might be, and then positive affirmations to hopefully dispel those as well, and action steps that you can take to get rid of your distractions. We can then set a plan for each part of our life. So we've got spiritual, personal development, relationship, career and business, financial, health, and free time and family. And whereabouts are you now with all of those? Where are you going with them, and how are you going to achieve that? So it really gets you to focus and think. Now if we flip all of this open, we've got our vision board from last year. So that's where I put my vision board on this these two blank pages over here. Then we've got our most important life goals. So what exactly is it that you want from life specifically, and by when, and why do you want it? And then we've got a page about creating our life statement as well. What do you want your life to look like? Then we have a strategy page. So skills I want to master to achieve my goals, habits that I want to change and learn to achieve my goals, who am I surrounded by, who is going to keep me accountable, and what can I delegate? So then we have this page on creating a new supportive story. So this is a page about your blocks, basically. What's holding you back? Why aren't you successful? And once you've worked that out, you can then work through and create a new positive story with empowering and supportive beliefs behind you. Then we have a goal map. So again, you can chunk all your goals down into 3 months, 1 year, 3 years, and then lifetime goals. Why are you achieving them, and what rewards are you going to give yourself if you do achieve them, or when you do achieve them, I should say. And then you've got a mind map here for your daily action plan. So what kind of skills and habits are you going to form on a daily basis that you're going to remember to do to keep yourself positive and keep yourself moving forward for 2022. Then we're into our months pages. So we've got January here. Obviously this video is coming out right at the very end of January, but we've still got our January pages. Now I've not filled any of this out yet because I wanted to share it with you guys. I wasn't able to get this version of the diary before Christmas, which is when I would normally have bought it. So I had to wait until January. and it's only just turned up this week, so I'm very excited to share it with you, but which is why I haven't written anything in it yet. But as soon as I've finished this video, I'm going to start filling it all out. So our month pages, we've got our goal for January, our feel-good intention, any skills or habits that we want to learn, the desired goals that we're going to achieve this month, why we want to achieve them, and what we are going to give ourselves when we achieve them. So in priority order, we've got some action steps to take as well to achieve these goals. We've got a diary of the month, and we've also got a little blank space at the bottom here that we can do any mind maps or notes that we want to jot down, or any ideas that we have. And then our diary proper is on a weekly basis, so we've got Sunday through to Saturday. It's really nicely laid out. Now this diary can be laid flat on any surface, so I think that's brilliant, because I hate it. You always get a diary and you kind of open it up and it kind of closes back in on itself, and you can't and you're there forever trying to squash the pages, whereas these are brilliant. You just open them and they just stay open. I just think it's fabulous. They've really thought it through. So we've got this week's goal, what reward we're going to give ourselves if we achieve it, this week's priorities, we've got a personal to-do list at the bottom, a positive habit maker, so this is where you're going to put in all about your gratitude, love, meditation, exercise, what else are you doing, maybe you're taking vitamins, maybe you're going for a walk every day, whatever it is that you're doing, jot it all in there, the positive habits that you're taking. One thing I did notice that is different in this diary to last year's, if I just quickly show you a page from last year's, we can see here at the bottom of last year's ones there were glasses of water. I found those really helpful last year because I don't drink enough, and it was one of the things that I really focused on to keep as a positive daily habit, was to drink lots of water. I haven't got them this year, so I'm interested if you guys have, so pop me a comment, let me know if you've got the glasses of water in your version of the planner or not. The rest of the planner, obviously on a daily basis, you've got today's goal, your priorities for the day, and then it's all diarised in half-hour chunks, and that continues for the rest of the month, so we can go over the pages. I also noticed every week has a little quote. So if we look at, where's this week? This week, the past does not equal the future, says Tony Robbins. So I had a look at these and I compared them with last year's planner, and they're different quotes. So I was just curious as to see whether they use the same quotes year on year, but they don't. They're all different ones. So that is good news. So I'm interested to read those on a weekly basis. Then at the end of the month, we've got our monthly reflection. So what are our top 10 achievements? Were you in harmony? What did you learn this month? What blocks did you have? How did you make yourself feel good? What didn't happen and why? Who did you learn from? What kind of actions can you take? So there's all kinds of really good questions to ask yourself at the end of every single month to try and keep you on track. And then of course, once you've done all of that, you've got your 2 lovely pages of blankness, which I normally use to stick photographs in, as you know, of good things that happened this month. And then on the following page, you've got your overview for February. So again, you can put in what actions and things you need to take there. And that continues throughout the year. So then if we go to the end of the diary, page 206, you can reflect on the whole year. So think about the top achievements for your year. What did you learn this year? It's very similar to the monthly one, but just for the whole year rather than each individual month. So very, very helpful. And then thinking about next year, what are your important goals for next year? What are you going to improve or do differently, and so on. So after that, for the next 40 pages, from page 208 to page 248, you've got loads of space for ideas and notes. And just like at the end of the month, these pages are dotted, so you can write on here, you can draw on here, you can create lots of different lovely things on here. And some of the pages towards the back, in fact I think it's only the first 10 pages that aren't, the rest of them are perforated, so you can actually tear pages out of here if you want to and give them to people or do other things with them, so you don't have to keep the pages in this particular planner. Right at the end of the planner, we've got our map of the world, so places that we want to visit, and our map of Europe and North America as well. So that's all very, very helpful, and not forgetting our little pouch at the back, our little pocket at the back here. We've also got a bookmark. I can't remember if I talked about the bookmark last year actually. I really like this year's bookmark. It's shiny, it's metallic, which is really nice. It has got details of your free gift from freedommastery.com, but it's also got a lovely 10-minute morning manifestation routine on the back. So you can have a look at that, and hopefully that will help you, certainly with your morning bits and pieces, to feel good about your day. So how you can manifest. I guess this would also come under the meditation section. So where you're ticking off your positive habit maker every day, you can tick under meditation for having done some of these things as well. So really, really useful stuff there. So I'm going to keep that in my planner here. So I hope that gives you an insight into my favourite planner once again for this year. I'm really excited about filling it out, which I'm going to go and do as soon as I've finished making this video. I'm super excited about this year. I'm really excited to be back with you and making more videos for you this year. So keep your comments coming. Get in touch with me if you have any questions about anything. I'm on Facebook. You can email me, visit my website, oliviafenion.com as well, and I'll be here to help you with whatever you need help with, really, on your wealth journey. If there's anything you want me to make videos about as well, I'm very interested in hearing what you'd like me to make videos on. I'm always up for suggestions, so let me know. Let me know what you'd like to hear about, and I will create videos for you. So I hope you've enjoyed this one, guys. Do have a watch of these 2 videos coming up next, because they will hopefully help with your wealth journey. Do stay safe, guys, and I will see you in the next one.